It is Sunday, October 26th, 2025, 7 days after the Ironman, and I did it. 14 hours, 52 minutes, and 14 seconds. All the hard work, 2 years of training, finally has paid off. And hearing those four words, Ryan O'Leary, you are an Ironman, unbelievable. It is a surreal feeling, and I am just so happy. If you don't know, my name is Ryan O'Leary. Senior year of high school, I set out to do a full Ironman, not knowing how to swim across a swimming pool, never biked outside, and the most I've ran is maybe 6 miles in a row. So to set a goal so ambitious and not even thinking I was able to gonna do it, training every day, and then a year in, a couple months out before my first Ironman, I had a stress fracture on my right pinky toe, so I had to get surgery, was out for a couple months, and the only question I ever asked the doctor was, will I still be able to do an Ironman? And he said yes. So that was great news. I put my head down. When I was fully healthy, I started training again. Swim, bike, run, swim, bike, run, eat, sleep, repeat, and over again, day after day, waking up at 3 a.m., going to bed late at night, all the money in food, accessories, training, time, all the sacrifices I had to make were finally paid off. And leading up to the Ironman, the only thing was I was getting a little sick, and I thought I was on the tail end, but each day leading up, it just got worse and worse. And the day before, I was so sick. I was on the floor of the bathroom trying not to throw up. So that was the only day I've ever questioned would I be able to cross that finish line. But the next day when the Ironman rolled around, I woke up. I was feeling good for being sick, but still under the weather. I got ready with my friend Jude. We got to start about an hour early, put our wetsuit on, and then we had a bunch of adrenaline and just looking at all the people in the swim caps rolling on in. And then next thing you know, it was my turn. And I got in the water, found my rhythm pretty early, and I felt like I was fine. The only thing was sighting. So every time you swim, you have to pop your head out just to see where you're going, make sure you're on course. So that was getting tiring, but besides that, I almost missed one of the buoys, but a lot of people did, so I didn't miss the buoy, but it was a little more effort than I probably had to use. And then after that, the swim was done in an hour, which is great. That's the time I was shooting for. Transition was only 15 minutes. Felt quicker, or maybe it was quicker, but transition was good. Then the bike, it's 2 loops. On the way out, it felt like I was flying, even though there was a little bit of headwind, but not much. And then on the way back, I was definitely flying because the tailwind was super strong. But going off that second loop was miserable, especially with the wind. You definitely felt it. And I looked at my watch, it was 12 miles, 13 miles an hour, so I was going super slow. But on the way back, it picked up. I think I was averaging maybe 17 or 18 miles, so that was pretty good. And then after that, I finished a bike, got off the bike, and honestly, my legs weren't that sore. I put my stuff on real quick, and then I start running. There was a little loop. You did like, I think 7 miles, and that was pretty manageable. My strategy was to just run to the aid station, walk the aid station, then run to the next aid station, and that was good till about mile 7 or 8, and then I started slowing down a little bit, and then I was just super tired. I remember mile 9 and 9 to like mile 13, I was just dead. I remember trying to go to the bathroom, and I was just trying to stay awake because I just wanted to fall asleep. But I knew I didn't come all this way to quit, so I kept going. And then mile 13 is when I started drinking Coca-Cola, and that helped a lot. And I slowly would run a little bit, then walk, and then I just kept telling myself I didn't come all this way to walk, so be like 3, 2, 1, run. And I just kept doing that over and over again. And eventually got to mile like 20. It's like, okay, only 6 more miles left, so just keep pushing. And then once you got to mile 25, it's like, okay, 1 more mile. So I just slowly jogged to the finish line. And next thing you know, I crossed the line, and I fucking accomplished my goal. And I am so happy and so proud of myself. And so I would just say, if you want to do an Ironman or any goal, just write it down, make a plan, adjust the plan, and stick to it, because you can do it. And next week I'll give you some tips and tricks to doing an Ironman if that's your goal. But if not, chase your dreams and you got it. I made a short video, so I hope you enjoy.